Hello, everyone. This is Heidi with Downtown NorCal Live, and today I'm doing an unusual Sunday interview because an issue hit me on Facebook last night. I'm about to introduce Shar Katz. There she is. Well known to everyone in Yolo County, and because she had the very successful Caffe Italia right off of the freeway, people would love to stop there for on their way to Tahoe, and of course the whole town of Davis loved you, but also now is solely operating the Dancing Tomato Cafe in Yuba City. So welcome, Shar.
Thank you. Good morning, or good afternoon, rather.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So the thing that caught me last night is that you posted the following, and I'm going to read it. PSA, public service announcement. Do not order Dancing Tomato Cafe via any third-party delivery system like Postmates, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, etc. We never gave them permission to have posted our logo and incorrect menu items at incorrect prices. We never gave them permission to do so, and we are taking action. This announcement is to protect our valued guests. And then you go on to explain a little bit about that and encourage your guests to order with you directly. So tell us what has happened.
Yeah, so I just, we have been dealing with these third-party delivery services, and I just felt it was important to get the word out to folks, and so that they understand how these companies operate. And while it may seem or feel like you're supporting your local restaurants by ordering takeout and utilizing these convenience services, the reality is that you're ordering on a site that has nothing to do with ourselves and many other restaurants. We have not contracted with them for good reason that works within our business model, mainly being their price margins. They once you contract with them, they're taking 25 to 40% of each order, and that's way beyond our profit margin. Today, there is no profit margin. Restaurants are suffering badly, and so the best way to support your local businesses is to shop direct, not on other third-party sites. To the common person, I think they look very legitimate. They use our logos, and as we just had an order come in, the pickup person who, some delivery drivers do a fabulous job and they really care about their guests. Many do not. They're not wearing uniforms. I don't know what their vehicles look like, and we take pride in our product and how it's handled. So not happy with some of the service that has been out there. But this particular driver came in to pick up the Postmates, and we didn't have any knowledge of this order. So now the guest expects this order to be timely, but for the first moment, we are trying to scramble and figure out what it is they want. And he shows me on his iPhone the order, and it's my logo, and it's some of our products. And so we scrambled to get it produced. And so it got me to thinking that was I paid for that? And some of them we are, some of them we had just assumed that our new system wasn't working properly, and that turns out that's not the case. Folks are ordering on these third-party sites that look like they're Dancing Tomato, when in fact they are not. They're third-party sites with misinformation. They've got the hours wrong. I've been doing investigating and just trying to personally contact their corporate office to say, please take what you have called our site down, because it's hurting us more than helping.
You've really touched on an issue, because I believe people like never before are really paying attention to supporting local and wanting to be supportive of local businesses. But you talked about your profit margin. So in those instances early on, you thought you had made a mistake. Were you losing the full value of the product you were delivering because you thought you'd made a mistake?
Yes, on several orders, that is true. They looked legit, and I didn't want anyone to be let down, so we would produce it regardless. Some of them, I had a woman chime in, some of them, the drivers are doing what's called a call in the order and pay themselves. That would be just like you relying on a third-party person to do this delivery, and I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact that they're taking an order from their company's site, which looks like us, and it's not. They're actually taking the extra steps to call the guest and say, well, they don't serve that product anymore, or this was an incorrect price or something. I don't know how she's handling it, but it sounds like she's going above and beyond just to make a living, doing the idea and concept sounds wonderful, but the the shadiness in which they operate is what really bothers me. And we've worked our life. I mean, this is our livelihood, and we work hard on our branding and our service. And for it to just be scraped up off the internet and thrown up on their sites as if it's us and it's not is really disconcerting to us, and scary, because it makes, and when mistakes happen or things take longer than they should, it looks like it's our fault when in fact we've figured that it's not.
So how has this time been for you, Shar? I know you are one of the most positive and generous people I know in business, but I also know operating a restaurant is really scary right now. So what are all the changes that have happened since March for you?
Yeah, it's been quite the marathon. I told Kevin, it feels like we've been giving constant CPR just to keep the heart of our business resuscitated or alive. Just in the last week, we have reopened the dining room to a small capacity. In March 18th, we closed for normal operations, and that was a very difficult day to furlough our employees. We pivoted that very day to start trying to provide different services, and as well, while we were closed, to take, I don't know that it was an opportunity because it's been really difficult, but we decided to change our point of sale system, our whole ordering system, into something that could provide the service of online ordering. We were not capable of doing that before. We were the old fashioned, you call it in and we process the order. But over time, we realized that that was really an inefficient takeout model. Takeout was a very small percentage of our business. We were, less than 5% of our business was takeout, and the other 95% being folks who come in and dine in. Well, of course, when you're shut down and you can't have that 95% of business, you've got to make your other 5% grow and grow rather quickly. So our new system is amazing, and it's going to serve us well throughout this. We're still not out of it. We're slowly creeping out and into the new normal, and having the better to go services is helping a lot. Not everyone's comfortable with coming into a dining room yet, and I understand that. COVID is not gone, nor are many other things, but we're really working hard to improve on our takeout and our packaging and how it looks and how it comes to your home. It's very different from our plating, in-house. Food just doesn't look as beautiful as when it comes out fresh out of the kitchen onto your plate and to your table. But it is a service, and it's nice to be able to provide our meals and our comfort foods to folks at home where they feel safe and just plain and simply are tired of cooking. So we like to be that good option. So with this topic in mind, when we're working so hard on our takeout, to have these other things to stumble upon and try to fix or get a handle on, it just, like I said, made me realize how very scary it is to think that someone is utilizing all of our hard work to benefit themselves, and we are not even aware of it. Like we did not have permission. I don't quite understand how they operate. So now I'm doing some research to figure out who's got our name out there, and it's not too dissimilar from some of the old review sites, the Yelps and the TripAdvisors. Those can be really helpful, but they can also harm business a lot too. This is really different in how it can harm us, because it's actually, we're getting orders or not getting orders, and then we're just trying to do right by the customer, no matter where they thought they were ordering from. They think it's us, and we want to try to make it right. But we can't continue to just do the giveaways, and meanwhile you order on their site and they took the whole bill off of your credit card, and we never saw any of it. So I don't know how it works. I'm definitely going to be calling the California Restaurant Association to get their input on which we are members, on how we little guys are supposed to handle this situation.
You've said to your clients via Facebook last night, and I'm sure through continued marketing, that you will not be processing any of those orders anymore. Is that right?
After chatting with the woman who is doing it in her way of placing the order, paying for the order, and picking up the order, that I don't know what service these companies call that. She mentioned it in the Facebook stream. I'd be okay with that, but I'm still trying to figure out. I don't want to support them at all. I would rather someday come up with our own delivery service, but that's not something we can tackle at this time. There are liabilities, there are safety concerns. We're just happy doing what we do. We are dine-in and we are curbside takeout. You know, this woman sounds like a really good person and doing a good job, and I'd almost rather hire her for us. I don't know exactly what the answer is, but definitely orders placed through their sites that do not come through our system won't be processed anymore. We can't.
Okay. And then you mentioned you've moved to an online platform. That's an app. Is that you're ordering now?
So we will have our own branded app in the next 30 to 45 days, but right now we have an online site. It's order.dancingtomato.com. You can also click on our website and there's a little online ordering. So that is in process and processing. It's working great and it's just going to get better. We are developing starting Tuesday. I have a 7 a.m. meeting via Zoom to get our new loyalty program and branded app going. So again, just to reach out and give folks an easy way to reach us directly and get the orders in directly through us, whether it's on the phone, on the online ordering, or just come on in.
And behind you is the sign that says, we're open for dine-in. That just was just last Tuesday, though it might seem like a month or two ago, but those days, So how is that going?
It's exciting to hear the hum in the dining room again. It's also scary to, we've got tables spaced out. We're doing everything we can to do it right. I've been in touch with our local health inspector. She does a great job from an educational standpoint. We were hopeful that we could seat more of our booths that have really high backs, but we still have to spread out and only do every 6 feet, which works out to be 50% capacity. Folks are being really patient, and for that we really appreciate the fact they're not really in a hurry. They're just happy to come in and sit down and be served. We've taken lots of extra measures. There's sanitary buckets everywhere, so we're just even upping the level on the busing process. Our crew is wearing masks. Not easy to work in a restaurant in masks. There's a lot of physical exertion, running around and in a hot kitchen. So I'm very mindful of our crew and their health, and if they need to take a break, make sure they're hydrating, because you forget when your mouth is covered up all day long, you can get through hours without really taking a break. But they're learning all of our new systems, and the folks seem to be happy to be served again, and we're hopeful that full service restaurant will survive.
Great. We're running out of time, but I wanted to ask you about that very last point you made. Do you feel this is survivable?
I'm very hopeful. It's all we do. It's all we know. We're doing everything we can. I don't have the answer for that. I do think that with the other services that we are improving on, the takeout, the grocerant, as well as the dine-in, we don't have another option. So failure is not an option. So I'm going to give you my answer is yes. We're going to give it our all.
Okay, that's the right spirit and what I would expect from you. You're fearless. I've been talking to Shar Katz. She's the owner of Dancing Tomato Cafe in Yuba City. Thank you for joining us, Shar.
Thank you for your time, Heidi, and getting the word out. We appreciate it.
You bet.